George Harris believes that the lack of a tragic ethic simply creates more tragedy in the world. In his recent book, Reason's Grief, Harris, professor of philosophy at the College of William & Mary, argues for a return to the Homeric sense of tragedy as a springboard toward understanding how to live a life in which the good has a chance of outweighing the bad in the 21st century. So, George, why did you write Reason's Grief?
You sit down one day and you scribble down a couple of sentences and suddenly you realize you've been pregnant with thought for some time. So I started writing, decided to just focus on this. What does our tragic sense tell us about human values? Like other animals, we care about things, and when we act and form our lives, it's because, well, we're animals of a certain sort. Very complex sort, but it's not because we're free-floating minds that just happen to perceive objective values. But so I just start here. Look, here's the way things seem to me. When we reason about what to be and what to do, we reason on the basis of what we care about, especially on what we care most about. And we don't simply get to choose what we care most about.
Central to your argument is an understanding of the incomparability of values. How do you explain that?
Sometimes we can compare alternatives. There's a tragic outcome no matter what we do, but we can go ahead and make the choice. Amputate your leg or lose your life. Well, take my leg. Well, incomparability is where Reason's Grief comes in. The case I just described is just a case of Reason's regret. On incomparability, you can't choose. Suppose it's 9/11 and you're in New York, and you have a daughter that's working in one of the buildings, and you're making your way to get her, right, to get her to safety. At first you think you have a significant chance of getting your daughter, but you know that it's going to cost some other people their lives, that you don't help them, right? With each passing moment, it becomes more probable that you can save someone else than save her. Now, suppose you virtually have no chance of saving your daughter, but you have a significant chance of saving lots of other people. That's when the loss of your daughter becomes thinkable, right? Now, what's the argument for incomparability? There is no specific place where that kicks in.
What is it about Homer that makes you take us all the way back to him?
Homer had this view. Look, the point of life is to live honorably, knowing that life is going to be tragic. That pre-classical ethic of Homer, Sophocles, the tragedians, is really the conceptual scheme behind this book.
You say that those who turn to progress as a means of lessening tragedy are misguided. Do you have an example?
I sometimes say to students, the most significant fact of the 20th century is that from the early 1950s to the end of the century, the population of the Earth more than doubled. Well, what explained this burst? Antibiotics. Antibiotics were not only discovered, they were widely distributed. Well, all that sounds like good news. But now there are more people on Earth who are malnourished than were on the Earth in 1950.
Given what you identify as the pervasiveness of tragedy, how would you describe joy?
Whether I was created by God or whether I'm just the result of the laws of nature, the chance of the laws of nature, then I'm alive. I can see colors. I can hear music. I can have friendships. I can have a family. I can make love. I can, etc., etc. These things are what fill up life, and I am ecstatic that I got the chance. And if my life ended right now, well, I got a pretty hefty chance.